Hey friends, welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today I wanted to talk about songwriting. I've split up my ideas into three sections. The first one being influences and acceptance of them. Number two being discipline, and number three being editing. So let's get straight in to influences. A big thing that held me back in my youth was the awareness of my own influences and how I would write songs and they'd sound like what I'd been listening to, and then I'd write them off because I'd be so frustrated that I was just copying somebody. And that is just stupid, because how else are you supposed to learn to write songs? You need to be listening to artists and copying some of their ideas. I'm not talking about perfect melodies over the exact same chords, but perhaps their songwriting influences, and some of the subject matter. But of course, some chord progressions. There's only so many chords, so I had a really good piece of advice from an old friend of mine, Ryan, and he was like, listen to the music that you want to write. And that's great advice, and it worked. Listen to stuff that you really love and that you want to sound like, and gradually you will start to regurgitate some of that. And there's nothing wrong with that. By the time you've wrapped that song up in a recording and produced it with your own voice and your own guitar style or whatever music, whatever instrument you play, most people aren't going to know that it's come from this other song that you love. It's only you that can hear that. Most people won't be able to hear it. That's influences, acceptance of them. It's fine to sound in your head like someone else. Just write the song anyway. Number two is discipline. So this is about the discipline of sitting down to write regularly. And it's also about the discipline to finish songs. Those are the two most important things if you want to write songs regularly, I think. You can wait to rely on that inspiration, that flash in the pan inspiration that comes. But to me, that only happens once or twice a year, maybe 3 times. So I can't rely on it. If I want to release music regularly, I can't rely on that inspiration to come like that. I have to put myself in a situation to allow the songs to be written. I have to sit down and force myself. I come down here and I sit down at 10 o'clock and I finish at 4 o'clock and I write songs all day. And a lot of them aren't very good, but every so often you get the cream off the top of all of that glass of milk. So it's really worth it putting that time in, and having a discipline to finish the songs is what enables you to move on to the next one. If you don't finish the songs, they just sit there stewing in your mind or stewing on your hard drive, and you just you keep revisiting them, and that's no good. You just need to finish it. Just get it done. And then you can move on to the next one, because that's a big part of songwriting, is always looking forward. You're always trying to do something better than what you did before, and you have to keep that mindset up. If you get hung up on a good tune you wrote a few years ago or something, that's no good. You're not going to write it again. So just keep moving forward, allow new influences into your life. Don't get too hung up on the production of the song in your mind. It doesn't matter. Just write the song. And if your style is changing as an artist, that's a good thing. You don't want to stagnate. You don't want to sit still. So, okay, and the third one, editing. This isn't related to editing on Logic or on Pro Tools or anything like that. This is related to editing your own sort of thought processes when you're in that creative flow. And I think that when you're not that experienced, perhaps writing songs, you over edit. I think you can get into a whirl in your mind and keep second guessing yourself. And actually what you want to do is let the songs out, let that flow happen. Don't edit it too much. You can always grab ideas from the song that you're creating, from this, whatever this is, from this art. You can grab ideas from that, perhaps at a later date, but don't be too hard on yourself when you're in the moment. Just let it out. If you write a couple of rubbish lines in amongst a load of really good lines, it's my highly advanced iPhone recording leaning against the wall video camera. You want to let the flow happen. Don't edit it too hard. You're bound to get something good out of all this stuff. And maybe you won't use it in this song, but you'll probably use it in the next one. So editing is also a sort of, don't be too hard on yourself. Just let it out, let it happen. That's fine. The more you do it, the better you'll get, and the quicker you'll get at choosing the good and the bad ideas. Choosing the good and scrapping the bad. So yeah, influences, acceptance of them, discipline, editing. I think with using these sorts of techniques, thinking about things like this, that might help you on your way to writing some songs or finishing some songs or whatever it is you're here looking for today. Anyway, cheers guys. Peace out. See you later.